Okay, my OBS, I can share it with you. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Okay, looks like this time we're actually on. So, today, oh my god, what was that sound? Okay, this is being insane. I'm starting to believe that it's my multi-streaming plugin that explodes. Hopefully this time it won't. I didn't actually prepare a new scene for my research, which is very sad. Search. Okay, so there's the mic. Let's add the display capture. No, this is a new one. This display is kinda huge. Okay. And video capture device, add existing. Okay, looks solid. This way I can search without being way too disturbed. So day 22 goes to button. I think I'm day 22. Am I? Yeah, because I did blast yesterday. Sure, sure, sure. Okay, so I can draw a red button, but what I want to draw is meme buttons. I want to picking buttons meme. Okay, so this is the idea, but I want to see if I can frame it in a good way. That's quite a nice angle to it. So this would go well. I think that this is... Yeah, this could be basically it. And I want to make like a poster or something. Poster. Here, poster on the wall. Why do we have to go this big? Like I want one poster. Whatever. I'm gonna freestyle that. Okay. So this is basically what's... I don't know if I want some expression. He's very... Expression is actually very good. It's a nice frame. I can do two, or I'm gonna try. I'm gonna prepare for the Firefly. Ooh. I have an idea for Firefly. Like one thing that I actually experienced was I started to run way too late, and I figured it wouldn't take me like it would take me about 2 hours to finish half a marathon. It actually took me more than that, like 2:20, and it was very dark because I wasn't in the correct place. And so I saw some fireflies over there. It was very cute. Uh, Dark alley, no, dark path. This is way too dank. Wild path. Okay, I like this one. It wasn't quite a trail what I did there, but we're gonna use some poetic license, and we're also gonna add some firefly. Maybe we can make one. Damn, they're adorable. Maybe we can make one close to the camera and the other one's far away. So we gotta keep one in. So we're gonna sprinkle like on the way as if they're showing the path. And that's decided. I don't know, can I decide everything up until today? That sounds nice. Rowdy. I don't know what this was. Noisy and disoriented. I already know what I want to do, and it's going to be terrible. Chinese restaurant. Okay. This is not what I want. Chaotic restaurant. A rowdy place. Does this make sense? Okay, there's some food. Rowdy restaurant. I'm very not sure about this word. Is it rowdy? Okay, this work is giving me. This word doesn't really. Rowdy boys. Radical bush. Am I misunderstanding the connotations of this word? Noisy and possibly violent. Possibly violent. Ooh. A frame from the bear sounds nice. The bear. Jesus Christ, why the fuck would you have scorpions over there? The bear. Bear. TV series. Ads gone. Very well. Chaos. So I want some scene because I know he gets mad like a lot. Also, it will keep me. The bear pass me the butter. Something like this. What's the name of the Camry? Camry Mad. The bear. Not sad. I want him mad. I swear every clip of this show is him slamming shit, but it doesn't in this case. There must be something that I'm missing. Camry the bear getting mad. Come on now. Tell you what. The bear memes. No, 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 no. Who does want that this guy just throws stuff up, gets mad, and everything like that? Okay, that's one. This is it. This is what I want. There's hands. And hands are banned. Fucking TikTok, man. Don't wanna log in. Yeah. This is the one. Okay. And we have planned up until today as well. Not having screens, it's actually so terrible. Inferno. Is there any difference between like Hell and Inferno? Oh, this is even better. Do I try? Nah, because getting ship fired up is nice. Okay. Does Inferno have any different meaning? A large fire that is dangerous, out of control. Hell. Oh, we're doing a fan art of Dante's Inferno. We're doing the cover book. I'm doing this cover book. This looks so sick. Well, doing the comic book. I'm doing like as much of it as I want. Kinda tough, not gonna lie. Isn't there like a higher quality? Does it look small? Eh, this looks doable. Because I never did actually a cover. Plus, I need to be drawing weapons. And I like the idea of drawing covers. So this is going to take a while, but this looks slick. Okay. Oh, the ad just finished. So 15 minutes, but we are locked for the days. And over here, I want also to add Homer office. Homer Simpson office. I know it's not office, like control. Oh yeah. This is the background that we're using. Holy shit, they support GIFs. Now that's a good discovery. Can work with that. This canvas is getting very big. The scans were pretty nice. Okay, So let's start with making. Let's start with walking in gym. Okay. Where's my glove? Where's my light? Let's see what can be done in 3 hours. I think I can do a lot in 3 hours. And by a lot, I mean I definitely can finish one. Maybe two. Perhaps. Maybe. So one way in which I can box this out. Can I try to put boxes? Like honest to God boxes to represent where this goes. Because the finger is still very close here. So first off, there's one. There's two. This is for the hand. This is for the head. And there comes the body. Then this is going to be like poster. And this is the door. Spectacular. Put it in blue. I'm gonna work from my worst enemy, which is the face. I'm gonna try to box it in a better way. Also box the shoulders. Because otherwise I don't know how to draw the arm. So let's put it. Okay, I can see his left plane, which would mean that the angle that I want is gonna look something like this. Quite see his bottom part, but I think that that's because he's opening his mouth, right? Even if I, based on how wide I open it, should realign with what I want, what I need. This is the side that's facing me. Now, for the technique, I'm gonna cut up this guy. Shit. Then divide in half. And this goes here. This goes here. Should be able to find the thirds. Very confusing. Let's make it blue and get on top of it. Okay, so it goes for the face. Actually, now that I think about it, he's slightly tilting the head. Shouldn't I put the boxes everywhere else? Yeah, probably. So top part. I'm going to hypothesize that the top part I can see a little bit of it. It's not exactly in the same thing as the reference, but it's close enough. And then for the hand, I'm gonna keep for a second. What I think about this is kind of big. Also very wide. Okay. This is a good visualization. We can draw with this. Now, Jim Carrey's face, starting from the first thing. Let's box out some planes because the jaw. Does the jaw touch to the nose? Yeah, kind of. So let's box the face out a little. It's rounder than I expected. Am I following the trajectory? Like, am I really following the trajectory? Doesn't feel like it. No, this one it doesn't actually. Did I again turn it in the incorrect direction? Because the tilt is to the left. Am I tilting to the left? Nope. Well, I can say I can tell apart left and right. But for some reason, when you throw in clock and counterclock, suddenly I'm retarded. Like at this point, I'm starting to questioning why does that happen every time. This is short. Very short. Lyra, thank you for the follow. Hey there. How is your day going? Very glad to see you here. Hey, this face is short. Tremendously short. I'm gonna go way longer than this. It will contradict my mask, but whatever. It's short and boxy. I think that the problem is that I made the box too narrow. So that was bound to happen. So today we are... I actually did not fix my title because we're on day 22. As per usual, I keep forgetting this. Way over doing it. It's not blast, it's button. How are you? I'm doing great, thank you. I'm on way too little sleep, a lot of caffeine, and it's working out better than expected. Also forgot my droplets for the eyes, so I know that after this session, they will fucking bleed. So I'm doing Absolutely nice. How about you? How's your day going? I swear I'm trying to get this face to some comfy place. I think at some point I'm gonna vibe it. Like I'm very close to do it. Actually makes me realize I didn't do too many chubbier faces. Like I've done a lot of skinny ones where you can see the bones and it can feel less confusing, but when there's a lot of when the face is a little bit more rounder, it's kind of weird. Doesn't feel like the same. By the way, just in case you're wondering, this is my reference. I'm gonna do like a big red button that you shouldn't push, but you want to push. You know, I kind of always want to try some things that you're not supposed to do. That's just how I roll usually. So this picture speaks volumes. To me, about me, both things, I guess. Tell you what, I overboxed it, so I'm just gonna start to vibe it. Since today I'm not caring about Jim Carrey itself, I'm more about the expression and the shape of the shape of my of the character. We're gonna take a look on how and then afterwards work it out. Are you doing the Inktober? Did you join the IVE? Honestly, I would have thought that the Inktober had a lot more hype that it has. Like, sure, there are a couple of people that are hanging in, but not as big as I thought. On Christmas, I do the Advent of Code, the programming relative of the Inktober. And there's a lot more people there. Like raids left and right, everybody's doing it, or most people that are actually working on it are doing it. Like I found a lot of people joining in. So I was mildly surprised, or would I say a little disappointed that the Inktober is not as big. Well, I guess maybe, I don't know, I'm gonna try and do a wild guess. Perhaps people working in illustration are more happy about their job in general, so you wouldn't see them doing outside of work. Maybe. Like that's what one thing that I would imagine that could happen. Because on average, I think that I'm a software developer by day, so I think on average, software developers hate their job simply because you don't really work on things that you get interested that much. So when you can do some funny challenge, more people will be up for it. I can put the tongue here, can't I? But the face is completely off, but kind of want to move along. Maybe I'll come back later to put down some other features and just a tiny bit of hair. Like just block them out. Move away for a second so my eyes can relax from this scenery and come back a little later. We can drop down the neck. This shouldn't be that much complicated. He has a very nice outfit. which is very easy to follow. Let's do that. It will be a ridiculous outfit to wear when you're working in a nuclear power plant, but even the concept of a nuclear power plant is quite crazy. So putting some crazy outfit sounds both ridiculous, but also not ridiculous enough. Like, it sounds okay. The more I look at it, the more the face is terrible. Like, it's terrifying. Have you streamed today? Or do you have to stream today? Okay, have is an incorrect word. More like, do you want to? One of the things that is not needed to be done. Probably not a great idea to state it like a have to, more like I wish to stream today. Okay, I'm getting bolder and bolder with the push perspective thing. Every day flying closer to the sun. Okay, I see. So I've started to think that fingers are mostly about vibes than anatomy or anything else. This is the one that will go in front, right? I'm gonna put it here. 1, 2, 3. Doesn't bend in the same direction of the hand. And will be pointing like that, so. Gonna have it to be more dynamic, just a tiny bit. Good. Not gonna lie, the lay down is going very well. Because this pose is terrifying. Did I run out of space? Not great. How much can we move it? Okay, I can work with this. I'm gonna say it isn't at all descriptive of Jim Carrey, but I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take the feel. It's gonna be like full black. It's gonna be a little poster. Don't hate this shit. Lettering is not going to be my favorite part. Quite the opposite. Don't touch the red button. I'm gonna fill them out later on. Put a little bit of the door inside. You can just work like 2 circles. And then cut some pieces, you know? Yeah, today has been so far nice. Actually hyped. Well, I'm a little disappointed I can't do my long run. Those are one of the things that I really enjoy doing on the weekends, but unfortunately, I haven't managed to get my 10k in this week. So, by advice of someone who's been running for a while, he tells me to avoid running for, avoid breaking too big of a runs, and I'm gonna follow his advice because it actually felt unironically better when I ran more in a week. I tried my best not to, like, it's going to, I don't want to injure it, so laughing. Well, I want to get some reference, but I think that's experiment based on what I see. Let's not get the way of the coward and just try my best to make him smile. References are for cowards. Or I'm running from the reference because I'm a coward in this moment. Like, how are the thief? Like, shouldn't they be bridging upwards? Like, that sounds unreasonable. I'm just gonna go let them white. Fuck it. Now the tongs is in the mouth, but I'm gonna take my artistic liberty and put it out the mouth. I wonder if I put like the bridge. Is that clear that a lot of teeth? Maybe, maybe not. Kind of. What is the position of the eyebrows when you laugh? About higher up. Oh yeah, this expression is sexy. Okay, I think that the face is convincing. As convincing as it needs to be for today. Gonna take wins. Some days I'm just gonna take the wins and be on my way. Also, there's a lot of work to catch up to. Very well. I think I'm gonna point a little more. Like, the vest is okay. I can work with this level of detail from the vest. What I want to point more about is the fingers. And this is the part that would look the most wonky. Don't know, man. I want to know the guy that understands fingers better than other us humans. King sausage fast. Well, first off. Mm. God damn it. I think that the first perspective is simply not working because I'm over pushing it, or I'm misdirecting it. Probably misdirecting is the big deal there. Oh no, 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 no. This thing is gonna work somehow. Kind of. Kind of. Ugh. Most uncanny shit I've ever seen. But you know, one thing that you live by is today minimum is better than yesterday maximum. I think we can apply it in this case. You need to dress down a little. I get very... God damn it. I get very hot when I start to throw this much. Just remember my posture. Okay. Probably sounds even better for the mic if I'm a little bit farther away. Okay. So let's start by inking the face. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Let's just go for black here. Always keep the separation. Gonna get it just a tiny bit. Good, good, good. I'm nailing the evil look if I say so myself. Oh yes, the small ones. Well, here I got this around. I'm very disconnected, so it took me a little bit to remember that I've read it to once. Enjoy your stream. I gotta say, not you did not find me in my finest moment. But that's part of the live, you know. That's how it keeps being real. Or it used to be a lot real. He didn't put in the evil mustache, but he probably should have. Evil mustaches look great. The fuck do tongs work? Should be a... I could indicate the top of it. That should help a lot. Oh, I'm loving it. It is nothing like Jim Carrey, but I'm loving it. Put some ear details. Don't know why I'm so locked in the ear details business. But I discovered how to do them. I started to make some more reasonable ears. So after that, I was like, yep, I now do ears. I have to deal with it. Okay. Actually, just a tiny bit of this should read the separation way better. Yep. Okay. Back to 20 for the shape. It actually forgot about line weight business. Like, I'm more dynamic with the lines, but I don't really think about line weight in this moment. It does how well feels like I do. As if suddenly I have the slightest idea on what the line weight. Stop. I don't know how, but sometimes I'm able to disable my pen sensitivity, and I don't know how, and I have to reboot the program. Is there like some shortcut that helps you disable it? Is there some reason why you can disable it? I mean, gosh, I'm sure that there is some reason, but I wish it was a little bit more annoying to do it. Okay, so there is some decisions to be made here. First off, 1, 2, and then this thing. Okay. Nice, nice, nice. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, okay. Now, time for my brain damage. I have to draw the hand. And actually draw it. Mm. Sick. Sick, 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 sick. This is the part when I lose every line. Maybe we should, and maybe we can, and we should avoid doing that. Not gonna work, huh? Something that will work. I'm gonna go blue. Gonna fill up the work. Put a tiny bit of white here. Tsukore! Blue. Hello, welcome. How is your day? How are you doing? Alright, this will cover nothing. Gonna be adding some separation because I don't want to lose everything out. How does it look now? Yep, I'm losing a lot. Well, looks like you're doing great. I myself am doing very well considering the amount of sleep lost because I can't contain myself. Those days, and you'll be like, yeah, should sleep, and then you don't. Bring in the knuckles. So, Inktober, that is diabolical. White Sukore. That's my Japanese, my manga obsession working. I just see that name, it sounds like Tsukor. It's Tsukors, TSU core. Tell you what, I'm on the same boat because I have, like, my name is Mr. Dima, and the best ones usually get it. Americans, Tsukor. Okay. So that's gonna go work. Americans get it very much. In Italy, the worst one that I've been called is Merdima, which would work like it would be shit Dima. So Dima is my name. I'll be like shit Dima. There was this kid who's keep calling me that. Very offensive. Kids are shit most of the time. Shima, yes, yes, basically Shima. But we had fun because that kid was it was a Call of Duty kind of friendship, so thankfully never saw it. Not that I should have. Well, I was a kid at the time. Don't hang out with kids. That's that's not high on my priorities to hang out with. Miss a little bit of its clothes. Maybe even here. Do you have friends? Right now, yes. There are few that remained. Lost a lot since I started working. Well, I lost a bunch during COVID, and after that, a little bit more. Just think that people get very busy. Good for you then. Well, thanks, man. Well, you have to, I hope. At least one good one. Like 2 or 3 are good enough. It won't always fill the schedule. None. That's sad, dude. Hopefully, you will find a way to find friends. I've found the same. I also be finding very increasingly difficult to get to know new people. I don't know. I used to be during school. You used to you get occasions to hang out with a lot of different people. So that makes it easier to get access to new friends. But after that, like coworkers aren't really friends. Coworkers more like people with which I share space. Finding friends in my age isn't easy. I think like past 25, I don't know where the best place to search. My intuition would say like, I don't know, groups and stuff. But people in communities tend to be overly enthusiastic sometimes, and it's hard to, or to me it used to be hard to get in some communities. I don't want to go with animes only because people who are way too much into communities tend to be very one note. Maybe now I'm having, maybe now I'm overreaching, but yeah, after a while, just is not. It is hard to get to know people. It's even harder to get a friendship that's a tiny bit that lasts. I always hoped that most of the friendships in high school would last. We used to have very good chemistry with a lot of guys, and again, fell off. Kinda to be expected, I think. Still hurt, especially because there were some friends that I've carried for like 13 years. Yeah, like true friends. Yes, true friends is very hard. Like someone who has, every time that I see a reel coming in and be like, me and the boys, I always internally cry a bit with like, yeah, me and the boys, but where is the boys? It's just me. Personally, I've buried myself into hobbies. Like I do a bunch of them. Biggest one is drawing at the moment, but drawing, gym, and running. So I usually have enough time. Girlfriend hurts, not very much. If you can get that or boyfriend, not judging. Just I'm heterosexual, so I will always think about my girl and then go for the girl. Girl, boys, whatever ticks you, that's the thing. Helps a lot. It's like one of those few constants. But they put some. Well, they put some. I don't know. Do I put some buttons here? Put smaller ones. Drawing over here. Could I go as friends though? I think it depends. Very much depends on how. Because I definitely saw people that are more in the category of boyfriend and girlfriend and about that, and not friends. Depends on the girl and depends also on how it works out. I would count my girlfriend as a friend. The thing that I don't know, maybe that's what you meant. The thing that I miss is that is the boyfriends, the boys kind of energy. And that's one thing that you wouldn't find with most girls. My friends, why she's your girlfriend? Yeah, sure. Sure. Because like the girlfriend part or the partner part is great, but it becomes less and less present over time. Like we still do love each other very much, but I wouldn't say would be still bad be a man and the boys if the boys didn't get girlfriends and that Dima people sad. Yeah, that's part of the problem. I realize that it isn't even that we try to not go out with the boys. It's just, you get a little time. But yeah, I will think you miss the part. I miss the part of the boys. Is your name common in Italy? Absolutely not. I'm actually Eastern European. So this is my nickname. In Italy, a most common one, I think outside, you would hear Mario, but the most prevalent would be Luca. Luca is very common. Oh, Italian Pepeg is a buddy of mine. We go way back ago. Let's take 3 minutes for bathroom break. Oh, Luca is a name where I know very well. Yep. I actually hang out with Luca yesterday. We made a lot of we made some traditional food and I was so stuffed. Everything was fried. I don't eat fried food anymore. Like I don't go to McDonald's and stuff in the last period, so I was just my brain, my body couldn't process that. We made parmigiana and arancini. Was easier than I processed. So you moved to Italy. Yes, at around 11 years old, so it should be like 2009. It is definitely better than Moldavia. I couldn't really. I wasn't really that. Didn't have friends then. Like in retrospect, I noticed that there wasn't. I haven't had friends when I was in Moldavia. People are also fine. If you're East U, what country? Moldavia. If you don't know it, it's between Ukraine and Romania. Should be like it's very small, so chances are, unless you have a friend from there, you have no idea where it is. Yeah, that was one place that wasn't really for me. Like the bullying was terrifying, man. It was a relief to be here. It didn't feel bad at the time, but it felt terrible. Like I processed it over the years. Most depressing EU country, not gonna lie. Yep, by far. Like if you don't count the other Balkans, because there's also Albania and shit. And from a friend of mine, I heard that they have eye for eye. So basically, if you like get injured, if you injure someone's family, they will come after you. And I was like, okay, we don't do that in Moldavia. Being that people don't even look that happy, but they were very welcome and generous. I would expect that from most of Balkans. Like the poorer regions would usually be the most welcoming because there isn't. I think there has to be something like there's no profit around. So without profit, you tend to be better persons. I think when money get involved, people get worse, which is sad and depressing. But I would argue that. Okay, the other is gone. Now Tsukor should be back, unless you have Prime. In which case, thank you for the 2 cents. Twitch ads make me laugh because you would see like my friends give me the Prime. Thank you, Adri. And then you will see, oh, Prime is one buck 50. You saw Twitch ads, like 2 cents. They don't go very far, but for the love of the game. Honestly, now I'm like 15 bucks. I would like to get the 50 payback to get a better light. Now I have like one desk light that helps out a little bit because I have top up light that looks absolutely terrible and I don't have the better setup this time. But I'm probably also overcomplicating the issue because like a friend of ours in common, it's called Fra. He goes way too big, way too fast, and usually end up quitting. So one thing that I would love to avoid is quitting halfway through. Maybe it's not that bad that I keep it chill and not buy a lot of bullshit. It's very hard not to quit something. Like some days in Twitch, I just doesn't feel. Yeah, happens also when you do too many things at the same time. Yeah. You should like, the way that I see it, it should be prioritized first and then optimize later. It feels like a lot that now we're optimizing first of some things that we don't even do, or like it's not your priority, so you're optimizing something that is not even, it's not even happening. Happened to me last time on Twitch. I always wanted to do 3 hours stream, always be there and shit like that, and I got burned out very fast. Like right now, try to take it as easy as possible and make it as relaxing as possible. I won't be making the same mistake 3 times. Because I started like back in last December, lasted up until January, and died again. I agree, but imagine how it feels when I see streamers complain about playing video games for a living. You know, that's dumb. I think everyone who complains about their job should shut the fuck up until they worked in a kitchen. Like I think kitchen makes you appreciate most works. I wasn't cooking in the kitchen, but I was working in the kitchen and besides cooks. Like when you work there, I'd say see if now you can tell me that it's that easy. That is not hard. So it's harder to do a stream. I don't think anyone who done a real job would think that. But even like I am already very thankful that I do an office job. So most of the hardships aren't there, like the cold, the standing on your feet for hours. I can pace myself pretty nicely until I get the job done. Even then, like that's way better. It's still better to be streaming and chilling out. It is exhausting, I'm not gonna lie, like because you were like in there's a radio effect to things. So you have to keep talking, keep talking, talking. That gets very exhausted. But I think that every job gets you very exhausted. Like that's not prerogative of the streamer. If you do something for hours at the end, it's just going to get exhausted. That's life. I consider Kick instead of Twitch. I consider putting it everywhere. If there's a program that could join the chats, put it on the screen so you don't have to look on the left. Because I'm already going both on Twitch and YouTube. And then I want to pull in also Kick because why not? And there's no need. I know that it's frowned upon in Twitch, but there's not really most people watching me. Like I see that the average is like a couple of people here and there from are watching on Twitch. So it's probably not gonna be like a huge issue. Hopefully. Thinking it's good to move if you already have a good audience. Yeah. I saw like the XQC or I think it was XQC that made 45,000 in what, an hour? He turned on ads on Twitch and was like, yeah, 50,000, they pay bigger percentage. Yeah. Now the problem is depends on your community. I think if you have a right-winning community, it's probably better Kick. But a lot of people don't like because Kick is about gambling and shit. Should be dependent on the community. The best way is grow community on Twitch, get banned, go on Kick, and make more money. In my case, I don't make any money. I wanted to stream on every platform, but every platform is kind of annoying. So I added YouTube. Probably should add Twitch. Not Instagram, but TikTok is plausibly working. I could get stuff to work on TikTok. It's just that the be able to split how each stream streams. It's not that easy. So this is day 22. I think I'm gonna publish them all at once. Yeah, I'm gonna publish on Instagram all at once because it's gonna take some time. Oh, 22 button. But yeah, I'm not approaching it. I'm approaching it more in the sense I'm drawing and the stream is open rather than I'm streaming. I don't have big plans. Well, I don't have plans that it's not my biggest drive about Twitch. My biggest drive is about getting good to drawing. And Twitch serves like I'm still gonna draw. So I'm still going to be here. I'm still gonna have my brain always complaining about stuff and making up situations. So how about I just do it on stream? It really, the difference is very, very little. I can be quiet when I need. I should set up the music so I can kick it back. But if I start music now, the problem is it will become in the VOD. So I avoid music to not have it as a VOD. For the brain to draw and make conversation. Yeah. Also, my English, man. I'm not gonna say that I'm killing it, but at this moment, my English has improved a lot. Like the fluidity, words come to mind most of the time. Not the day when I start, I was stumbling way more. So my vocabulary is getting more active day by day. Firefly. And that's going to be good for the brain, good for my English, a lot of development extra. There's no negatives at the end of the day. The only negative is you're gonna get tired, especially in the morning. I tell people studying languages if you don't practice and interact with people. Yeah. Like, I don't know when all of this crap about you need to be like, remember that there was a time when people, it was very popular to be like, do you know this guy? He knows 15 languages. There was a dude who like had 17 languages under his belt. And when I was little, I was like, oh damn, so smart people know a lot of languages. But then when I grow up, I was like, yeah, he has 17 languages. Nice cock, but what's that going to be? Like, what's the purpose? He doesn't know 15 languages. Xiaomik, just few verbs. Oh really? That's sad. I was convinced there was this guy. Well, to tell you the truth, I know a guy. I actually met somebody who knows. He knows 7 language to the highest level and 2 that aren't there. And it was wild to see him talk because he works in the in hotels and stuff like that. He usually entertains people, and he was able to switch between each language. There were 5 of us, so he switched between English, French, German, Russian, and Spanish at will. That dude was a beast. But because he worked with a lot of tourists, so he picked them up little by little, and that makes sense. Otherwise, I don't see how. If you mean him, he just learned the base of each language and tries to tell you. Oh, okay. I don't know who it was. I saw it on a long time ago. But I did met one, and to him it makes sense. Personally, I would love to learn Korean and Japanese because I read manga and webtoons. So that would be some languages that I would use for an actual purpose. Because I know that they're very beautiful language and have a lot of meaning in these words, and you kind of lose that by not knowing them. So that's if I had to try to learn some language, if I had the time and the will, I would learn Japanese and Korean because I would use. The same goes with English. Really, English wasn't like I wasn't trying to get good grades or anything. It's like English is a good language to watch movies and to read comic books because most of it is published in English and usually there is more care. Or at the time there was more care in the translation. Especially for manga and webtoons. When I started reading them, people didn't really care. And now you see now you see a lot. Everything, the cinema is full when there's a new manga movie dropping out. So that's a nice change of pace. that actually feels pretty nice. So the second part of my composition, I don't know if you were here for the start of the streaming, so I'm gonna just pull up the images. Basically, I was running it was this summer in August. I headed off for a half a marathon because why not? That's how you would do. And it got very dark. I was on this trail. It wasn't actually a trail, but I don't get the word. It's like there's a road inside the trail which used to be a railway, and now they made it so that people can bike and ride over there. So there's a bike lane. And I started to run at 6, but I wasn't back by 8 and it started to be very dark, or it was like 7, 9. So I actually saw some firelights, and I remember it was very nice. So I want to take this scenery, simplify a little, make it very dark. So I'm gonna go very close to dark and put some fireflies as little trail. It was very nice because it felt one of those nature moments that as a city boy at the moment, starting from as a city boy of now, I kind of miss a little bit how the farms felt. I would never go back to being a farm to go to the farm. It was nice while it lasted. I have great memories, but the city is way too good. I don't mind the noise. My GF, she's a very light she's a very light sleeper, so she minds a lot to sleep in the city. But I was really not that bad. Now, partially was because I had a lot of people come and blast music at my house, close to my house. It was a mess. Weren't really calling cops for noise complaints. People weren't really that confrontational. Over at my place, everyone knew each other, so people were more relaxed. But still, what a shit. I got very used to not complain and sleep in the biggest of the noises. So I don't mean not all. But yeah, this guy he could act, he could speak 9 languages. It was amazing. So, but I didn't get to work with him because by the end of it, my man did not choose myself. There was a little, there was a screening because not everyone would be chosen. And so unfortunately, I did not get to work with him, but a couple of days that we played, those were solid. Personally, I would have gone back, but it was more a vacation rather than actually me trying to be an entertainer to get into that industry. I was more like, okay, so you can go away for a couple months. Yeah, sure, they will pay you pennies, but at the same time, you get to hang out a lot during the night. So it's basically a paid vacation or close to a paid vacation. So the first firelight is going to be a little defined. The other ones are going to be just the cartoon lights, like following the trail. I don't want to over detail, but if I need to get a dark base on everything, otherwise the firefight won't pop at all. Actually, let's also publish it on Instagram, because I'm gonna just take the break as I'm publishing. Drawing is devastatingly, it's actually very hard on the body. Never understood why artists felt so bad or lot of artists drop dead. I was like, yeah, but your drawing doesn't sound that physically intense, and it is. Somehow it is. It's actually quite. It is way more than I imagined. I guess everything that you don't know and don't do looks and feels easy, but it never is. Dunning-Kruger at its finest. Always, always underestimate what you don't understand. Okay, should be. Let's carry this closer. I keep hitting it with my hand, and I'm 100% sure that I'm gonna fuck it up sooner or later. So, the nature thing. Now, my idea would be I should start dark. What would be to go, you would start learning a language, Duolingo or books? After remembering how I learned English and seeing my latest experience in drawing, I think the best way is to get the minimum of what you can use to then engage with some platforms. So if I had to learn Japanese, I would try to get like the basics, amount of words and kanji and whatever, and then read the manga for children. Because the drawing side, I tried a lot to actually I tried a lot to force learning, and I learned a little because I got burnt out very quickly. So I would learn enough words, then start reading, and after that, little by little, working harder reads. That's how I went with. That's how it worked with English and drawing. At the moment, I'm improving just because I don't heavily. I try to stay as chill as possible and make it as pleasant as possible. I think the trick is to make it something as pleasant, so you should skip the most of the boring stuff so you can get to what really makes you passionate. Like I want to read comic books, so I try to get the minimum to read that. And little by little struggle, go back to study, go back to reading, go back and forth. With drawing is working really nice. Like the couple of this month. Oh my god, I'm so cold, so hot. I'm sweating my balls off. But I think that this month I've learned a lot more than in the last 5 years, just because I ditched the studying and started to actually enjoy the process. Actually put out something that I enjoy more. So I advise that. The stuff that enjoy, the most enjoyable parts are usually the things that stick. And every time that you try to do something that you don't enjoy, simply won't come back to it. Worked with Jim, working right now with drawing. Hopefully it will work when I decide to learn a language. Because by the way, that's also why I quit the guitar. There was a point when I started the guitar and studying French pretty well, interacting with people at work. Oh yeah, if you can do that, that's amazing. That's not a possibility most of the time, but if you can, that's probably going to be the easiest way. That's the same way that the dude that I know that knows so many languages did it. French is disgusting language, but it's a plus for sure. Okay, looks like you got flagged because you said that French is disgusting. I forget that Twitch is so melodramatic. It's not hate speech. It's boys being boys. Bruh, so soft. I know, right? That's the thing that makes me afraid of Twitch. I think I'm gonna get banned. Like, on the off chance that Twitch, that I end up being anyway big, like even, I don't know, 50 concurrent, just feel like someday just gonna get banned. Like, feels inevitable to me. I'm 90% sure it's just gonna get banned into the oblivion. Getting very tired of all of this. Can't say this, can't do that. Like, man, I just wanna talk. It's okay. It's fine. Sometimes I'm gonna say offensive shit. Sometimes I'm gonna get said offensive shit. It's okay. It's not that big of a deal. Let me leave. And ban Hassan for shocking his dog. Yeah. Yeah, but if you're when your stream is makes a lot of money, rules don't apply. That goes every time. Like, rules apply only and only if you're not important to Twitch. So if Twitch deems you, like, if Twitch would be, if you are in the position of Hassan, you have to go very far away to get banned. Like, they will justify the most. Where someone like me, whatever, I will get banned like instant. There was this guy, don't remember who, but there was this guy who actually fought Twitch because he was banned about something that Twitch passed to some girl streaming. I don't fucking know. Sometimes I get this notification of people complaining about whatever Twitch did the last time, and I try to not notice because I'm like, why am I getting white Twitch drama? Like, who asked for Twitch drama specifically? Sure as hell did not ask. But yeah, they're not going to be very consistent. Don't know if that's like that's where business goes. I think, like, if your business, if somebody makes a lot of money for your business, you're going to be very permissive. Anyone else would be like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Makes sense to me. Honestly, I act as moral as I possibly can, but I don't know how it will be in the Twitch part. Like, automatically I will tell you, yeah, I would allow much more things because I'm not as Twitch. But the other part of me, like, would be, why? Because there's, like, at the end of the day, it is about the bottom line, right? Twitch is not charity and is for profit, especially because it's like it's Bezos now. So Twitch doesn't care really. They don't have a politics. They have money in mind. So as long as you make money, they will side with whatever needs to be sided to. Sad, perhaps, but I understand it. Like, in retrospective, can you blame them? What? Do you not like money? Morality does not feed your family or yourself. So morality is good when you need to see some when there's need for some we want to look progressive and want to look cool, want to impress somebody. For the most part, it is more about getting the bag. Kinda fatalist. But like I believe it's more of an observational thing rather than a like it doesn't bother me on day-to-day basis. It's more like, yeah, that's how life be. Not a biggie. Actually messed the fuck up. Can we get it a little? Yeah, that's not a biggie in my book. Sure, could be better, but whatever. I honestly concern myself little and little by the. I concern myself very little with the outside struggles, just because I'm struggling enough for myself. Thank you. Don't need to be struggling more. Struggle is for people that can care. It's like a podcast. Keep yapping. Oh yes. Yeah, it's about going somewhere. Doesn't important the it's not about the destination. Podcasts are wild. You know what? Podcasts complain. I'm gonna tell my most annoying thing right now. Besides every alpha male bullshit podcast that's annoying as fuck. But I feel like I have a friend that just yap in my ears. Oh, I can yap all day. I have so many opinions. I just need to know which one are the good ones to to run around. But yeah, the biggest thing that I'm getting increasingly tilted very much is the goddamn analysis YouTube. Back in the day, I've watched a lot of them. I've enjoyed them. They're cool. There's some people that genuinely help you out. But goddamn, there was this dude. Don't I don't remember the channel name, but there's a horse and some shit. And he was talking about what's it called? He was talking about Severance, and he was like, Severance has a big problem. And I'm like, okay, sure. Tell me, what's the problem of Severance? I'm interested. I want to know. What's the big deal? I want to know what's. I like this show, so I would love to understand what's plaguing it. And he was like, Severance has too much mystery and too little um, actual explanation. And I was on board because sure, why not? That's basically a good summary about the show. But then he went and was like, yeah, so see, this is how many episodes, this is how many mysteries, and this is how much it was revealed in the last part. You see, this is too much, too little review. At that point, I was like, dude, did he just count the minutes of reveal versus the minutes of mysteries? Like, what in the fuck am I watching? What is this kind of piece of crap? And I realized that a lot of these guys that make videos, yeah, they're criticizing and acting cool and all of that, but most of them don't actually write. And it shows because they will get some bullshit metrics of why movies are bad or good. And they obviously don't know because they usually don't do it. So I cut down a lot of this yapping, a lot of this convinced yappers, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, sure, buddy. Have fun not writing or not producing anything and keep yapping on YouTube, but I'm not gonna follow. Like I've cut to the best one by far. He's the one that I would swear by for a long time. It's called Filmento. He's the one that approached. First off, he wrote some TV series, some Spanish TV series. Big respect. The dude was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna take a 6 months break because I'm gonna learn Spanish so I can write some episodes in a Spanish novela." Like, dude, king. And then he wrote a book. So credentials are much more solid. And that's the one of the guys that I'm gonna just keep following. Besides that, I'm always gonna try to choose people that are actually doing what I wanna do. It doesn't make sense to be worked out about some dudes that just keep sprouting. These motherfuckers who keep talking about total nonsense. Same way with I don't know if it's my Instagram feed that's fucked, because yeah, sure, I have a lot of fucked things in the Instagram, but keep on getting about this guy that has these powers. It's an anime now. And he has a power to dodge every attack that he receives, and he has a power to dodge every attack that he didn't see and didn't feel, and whatever the fuck. And basically, people were blowing up this character that was basically impervious to everything. And oh, this looks like shit. Okay, put it on separate layer. Can I correct this shit? This looks bad. I yapped and I did not. Okay, I'm gonna try to cover it up. And as people kept on yapping about this guy, and I was like, sounds like a JoJo stand from part 7. I don't know what the fuck that guy is, but he's like a red-haired guy from an anime, and he can dodge every attack that he didn't see, that he can come back to life. He can do basically most of whatever the fuck people can do. And the part that was confusing to me is like, yeah, sure, that's a cool character, that's a cool gimmick. He can dodge, he can do all of this crap. What's the show? Like, what show do you make when your character can dodge everything? He can dodge most of the attacks. He can predict. He can see, like, what's the appeal? Do you like people getting bullied? Like, what's Goku solo wins him? Probably. Oh, don't get me started on power scalers. Man, I have an aneurysm every time that people talk about power scaling. Like, rap battles. No, what was it? Next. There was that channel that animates battles, and I got fed up with that. You know what time? When they did Green Lantern versus Ben 10. First off, I discovered that Ben 10 is mad strong. So that was cool. But besides that, the annoying stuff that happened there is basically they took the main story version ban, which is fair. That feels good. Be my guest. I'm gonna cross-hatch all of my crap over here so that it looks like I knew what the fuck I was doing. But all of this is crap. So if I see it like that, it looks like more convincing crap now that there's more lines. Anyway, and basically these guys took everything from Green Lantern, every Green Lantern, and put it as those are all the powers that the Green Lantern could have. And yeah, sure, those are the powers that he could have, but not the powers that Hal or whatever the fuck's the name of the most iconic Green Lantern has. It's like you can just take every power. And then they took one version of Ben 10 and made Ben 10 lose. And I forgot that he had Alien X, so it was bullshit. And little by little, I worked out most people who talk about everyone talks in a different way about what's like they decide arbitrarily what to count and what's not to discount when talking about power scaling. B, and the most important one, does it even matter? Like, pick whatever character, so Goku wins, Freezer solos, whatever. Wouldn't even matter. I stopped watching when I was a kid that they start doing the future version of their sub interaction bullshit. Oh yes. Yeah, even the following in time. Like, oh yeah, he can travel in time. And he travels in time against a time traveler and he kills him. Like, wouldn't two time travelers be aware of the other people time traveling? There was some bullshit name for some bullshit effect that you can follow basically what one person doing travel in time goes back in time. Also, don't ever travel time. Like, I specifically wouldn't write any story about time travel because that things get into a shitstorm very quickly. Like, you don't even have to try. Time travel will look like shit and we feel like shit in, I don't know, like in a couple of episodes. My first concept for my comic book wasn't really travel time, but it was more like, let me see it right though. What part? When do they travel in time? I don't remember that part. Yeah, my travel in time was would have worked in. It wasn't really getting back in time as it was mostly about people having big skips because I wanted two words and these two words would work in that way. Basically, every time that you go in a word, it's very sped up. But I didn't know how to make an engaging story out of this. Because how the fuck do you keep consistent a character that makes like thousands of years of jumps? Just doesn't. It is not writable. It is interesting to think about, but it's not interesting to put on paper. No, wait, that was dimensional travel. Dimensional travel, sure, what not. Dimensional travel is though also something very hard to write just because you can't make it. Most of the times, it isn't made to be interesting. I think Invincible is one of those that did it the best. Invincible surely made it the best just because Invincible actually worked to further character. Like, at the end of the day, for the better or for worse, every time that you write, honestly, it's all about character. Everything else is secondary. If the characters aren't sound, sure, there could be a Dragon Ball, it worked, but Dragon Ball was also a product of its time. Wouldn't say that now it wouldn't work because there's Demon Slayer, so does that stuff works? Sure, whatever. But Chainsaw Man, the success of Chainsaw Man does remind you that when you use your story to build characters' moments, that lasts. That will work. Like, surprisingly, characters always work. And when you do something that's not intent with the characters, that's when you build shit. Now, hopefully, when I finish the comic book, I built something good about the characters. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's crap. On some level, I accept the idea that I would write crap. Think even if you try not to. Problem with writing, like drawing, I can always zoom out and say, okay, this looks like crap. This looks good. You don't have the same privilege with writing. You're gonna reread it a lot of times, but there's still some bias since it's basically my baby, and I've been working on it on and off for 6 years. So for better or for worse, that's my baby. So I can't. There's a limit uh, of how much you can be unbiased about what you write. The best way if somebody else could write it for you. Now, not blaming, but most people won't read it. Because, well, if you're anxious about that, remember that the creator of FNAF made 70 games before that got successful. True. Granted, the fact that makes me not anxious is that this is not my primary way of sustaining myself. So the kind of cowardly way I'm not quitting my job to make a comic book because I know that it's not like the lottery kind of approach. There is free enough on Epic right now. Ooh. I don't want to download again the Epic Store. Or maybe I wasn't able to remove it. Don't remember. Really hate the Epic Store. Never played FNAF. I wanted to start playing games that are more story driven because personally at this moment I'm not enjoying the grindy games. Played last week or last month. I did like 80% of Hollow Knight. Then a friend of mine was like, yo, you need to unlock this boss. It's very cool. Now, the boss is amazing. Don't get me wrong. I think that designs and the vibe of that game is one of the best thing ever. But, man oh man, I can't be bothered about it. I cannot be bothered to get them worked out. I think writing and drawing is an oversaturated industry, right? Mm-hmm. Right, oversaturated? I don't know. I think that now drawing has the AI issue at the moment, and writing you have to have connections. The problem with writing is, yeah, sure, you write your coolest novel, you write your coolest shit. Who's gonna buy it? Fucking nobody. So that's the underlying issue. That's why you see me on and a lot of people that are on Instagram and Twitch and whatever not, because you kind of have to market yourself. There's no way to go in a straight way. There's no way to go in a regular pattern. And actually, it kind of works. I don't remember the name of the manga, but I did start reading a manga because a dude was just posting reels and reels on his work, and after like the fourth reel, I was like, oh, so I want to check it out because after the fourth one, it's like, yeah, let's take a look. Now, I did not like the story, sure, but it did got to me. So if it got to me, it's definitely got to some people that loved it. I think that that's probably the only way that will consistently work. Wouldn't say that probably wouldn't work to go traditional routes. It's kind of sad. Because if you think about it, video games are going hard. Sony is making stellar shit. So I don't think that artists. I think that artists are very much needed at this moment. It's just that the industry is very. I think the industry is just a bad place. So they don't really allow for the creativity. They steal from people their passion, their free time. They weaponize people's passion against themselves and make people hate what they used to love. That's very sad. Wish it wasn't that. Wish people had a little, like, I wish that we poured a little more money into it to the right pockets. Because the money is there. Like, think about Expedition 33. I haven't yet played that game, which actually would probably be the best game that I should be playing right now, depending on how difficult it is. If I can set it on easy so I don't get pissed. But when you think about Expedition 33, so or Silksong or whatever, even if it's games that I don't want to play, I'll think about who made them. Like, it was very cool. When money goes into the correct place, you do get to see cool shit. But that has to happen, you know. Money has to go into that place. By the way, at this point, I don't even have any fucking idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna fill out the frame just a bit more because I want to get a lot of dark. So that when I put my Firefly, which would be a lighter, I can make some good trails going in. So we're gonna go very dark with these branches. Just the monies are in the wrong places. Like the people who are actually making cool stuff are not having money. What about the friend slop games like Rep on Pick? Oh no, that's shit. That's another place where money shouldn't be going. That's just a disaster. It even started like an innocent. I think that the beginnings of that were very innocent. I'm sure that a lot of people just really wanted things to play with their friends, and little by little, like when monies are involved, people gonna get wild. Sooner or later, somebody will like, oh yeah, I can make money out of that. They're fun though. Little by little. No, but I mean, they can be fun, but those is the part that will get oversaturated fast. Guess depends on what the objective is, right? For casual gamers, they're gonna be like the best thing ever. It's cool also to have some overlasting thing. There was this dude that I don't particularly like, but I like the idea that he was spewing. How it's very important that that we have more educated people, especially on writing and what is even that mean? Did I say little by little? I thought it was a joke that you said. Apparently, I don't know how to speak. I was trying to say little by little. Still can't do good speech. Unfortunately, I wasn't blessed with being articulated or with the ability to articulate in a comprehensible manner. The funniest thing about that is that my principal during the Moldavian days called me the boy that talks fast because he did not catch my name. So that was fun. Yeah, but I wouldn't. I don't dislike. I don't discourage any kind of art because it's very hard to judge intentions. It's hard to say, oh yes, his intentions was to make shit games. Probably not. I hope that most of the time is not. Right? Most of the time will be. Even furry art. Okay, you're venturing in places where I would say not my taste, but sure, why not? I don't know what the fuck. But if you think about it, furries are pretty chill because A, do you want your cybersecurity to still be going? Very well, we need furries. B, furries are like one of the wildest but chillest. I never encountered furries who be like, dude, do you think that start conversation like, do you think that foxes are very hot? Like they know they're weird. They keep their weirdness to themselves. They somehow make orgies and shit. I don't know. Like it's very sexual in nature, so I think they're very cool about keeping it about themselves. That's how I always felt about them. It's like your very quiet but weird neighbor. So every time you're gonna see this neighbor, he's gonna come at you and he will wave and be awkward and look bad. He'll be a chill dude. He actually never bothers you, so be like, hey, that's Steve. Yeah, don't mind him. He's very fucking weird. Don't don't he's a really great guy. Don't worry about him. That's how probably if I were to knew a furry, this is how I would react to him. Like, yeah, he's Steve. Yeah, he thinks he's a fox and he likes to draw foxes' feet. Yeah, not my cup of tea, but you know. We did a great collab. Also because genuinely speaking, furry artists have to be very good at their job because I tried like I did a furry day. It was like a bee woman, so I sexualized it a little bit. It's a term that's lost all of its value. It was this day. It's actually kind of fun because you try to work out like, where do I put the things? Like, where does this attach? What part of the body I'm gonna take from the animal? What kind of part I'm gonna take on from somebody else? So it is actually very. I can understand the appeal of that art, but you wouldn't catch me drawing that. Fuck no. Maybe if I get some amazing commissions. But when I think about commissions, I think, sure, you got your commission, very cool, amazing shit, but you have to stare at it for like hours. Let's say I'm gonna draw a wolf, humanoid wolf having sex. So I'm gonna stare at a dick for hours at end until shit's done. Sounds hard, both as the joke sense and both as a holy shit, what I'm doing with my life. How about I just draw an anime girl or whatever? Must be one of the few anime guys that I don't really care about. That's the thing. Most of the artists aren't necessarily furries, but they see big bucks and start doing anything. Yeah, again, not blaming. If I had to do a living, I would definitely do whatever it is the best strategy. And there are some people that are genuinely about furries. Like if I was a furry, I'd probably add them in my comic. Probably you should seek if someone is a furry um based on their passion work. Because most of them, at the end of the day, is commissions. Like most of the time, people are about making money, so it will definitely be about that. Because hobbyists, I don't know. I haven't seen furry hobbyists even on Twitch. I've seen a lot of comic book girls. I haven't seen much guys. So that I am aware that this industry is more female. But the thing that I dislike more than furries in this is the VTubers. I don't know. It feels so bizarre and disconnected. I don't feel nice to see to stare at VTubers. Like, what the fuck, dude? Just put a webcam. To be fair, I've become a little more sensible to how women should feel about like men roaming around, because I've been starting to run at Parco Novi Sad, which is a mildly dangerous route in my neighborhood. And I was running like I don't see shit when I run for tempo. So that was my fast run, trying to break 5 kilometers in 20 minutes. And this dude just started running next to me. He was like, "Yo, man, what you good, huh? You good? Do you smoke?" And I was like, "No, I don't smoke." "No, no, you fast, man. You fast. Go slower." And yes, I'm a median guy. I don't fight people, but like if needed, I'm sure could do a good effort to defend myself. But then I thought, man, my mom is obvious that my mom don't want to come and run here because that shit balls. I was just running. She just started to just approached me in the wild like that. And I was like, this is very awkward. I don't want to be here. Can you please stop being around me? So I've grown more sensible to others people's issue. I understand it better. Well, understand is not the correct term. I empathize more when I hear like the feeling of unsafety. I think that when I was younger, man, we start carrying pepper spray too. Yeah, no, when I was younger, I was simply unaware with how dangerous some interactions or some places be. Like I grew older, so I understand now. Let's take 2 minutes for the bathroom break. Oh, it's already hour 2. That's good. Should probably move, but I'm vibing so much right now. Like this shit doesn't make any sense, especially because one of the trees doesn't really pop. Let's try to make him just a little bit stand out. Mm. But yeah, it did. I started to get more and more aware of the fact that I'm not the shit. I'm gonna get my shit kicked out immediately if the chips were down. So I should probably be more careful instead of like not being aware of my surroundings, not being aware of my situation. That's what used to be when I was more, and now I know that was retarded. I used to be very stupid about it. But you know, when you're younger, be like, yeah, sure, it'll be fine. You also have this stupid thought that, yeah, if somebody messes up with me, I'm gonna fuck them up. No, you're not. Stupid idiot. Like, there's no universe when you fuck up somebody. That's just the worst of the fantasies. Even if you don't get stopped, it's not gonna be like there's not so much glamour as YouTube as I blame Hollywood on this one because Hollywood would be like always shows this getting beat or beating the bad guys kind of cliche. And if you're a normal person, if you've been around, if somebody tried to blitz you, that happened to me. Somebody tried to blitz me. You're gonna be like, yep, fuck that. Not getting blitzed. Fuck you. It's terrifying. I've got blitzed. I see people that got weapons and started to fight or fight mode. Yeah. Yeah, yeah. That shit sucks. No. Fuck off. I'm not doing that. I don't care. I don't want to interact with that kind of people. I don't want to know anything about that. You can fuck off instantly. Actually, most of it happened in when I was in the what's it called? Most of it happened on the like in nightclubs. So that's definitely a place that breeds this kind of mentality. So I started to avoid them because why the fuck would I put myself in that situation? Like what should be the reason to go into that place? Because A, it sucks balls. B, I'm in danger. Like the the pros, absolutely not one. The cons, you're gonna get stabbed and you're gonna get mugged. You're gonna have to fight a black guy. I don't know. The worst one happened. I think you were with me, Adri. Correct me if I'm wrong. That happened like a while back. So we were dancing, and then this like a group of like 8 black guys starting to beating each other out. I was like, "Yep, not gonna have that. Fuck this." I was very scared because the dudes were huge. You know how they have muscles because I don't know nature. The fuck. Every fucking time the muscles are out, and they started duking it like that's what they do. And I was horrified. I was like, can I please Can I please run from this place? I don't feel safe. I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this specific space. Yeah, I'm not a fighter. I was wondering someday to get a little fighting experience, like even 1 year, just so I can get, I don't know, enough so I can be comfortable with sparring and hopefully never spar or never actually use it, but just to be comfortable enough. Of course, you're gonna have people beating each other when they're clearly intoxicated. Yeah. But yeah, that's the place. Just that's the place when you go and people will drink and people will like somebody will touch someone's girlfriend, some bullshit like that. Yeah, but that's okay. I guess that's okay. You can avoid them. The streets is not something you can avoid. Even in my morning, I try to do a little morning routine, get some sunlight, and I go to the park. There are people like already drinking or smoking. They're like, dude, it's 9 in the morning. Can you please not be drunk besides me? Why? What the fuck? Chill it down. Chill it down by a lot. Right now, please. Think that this doesn't pop at all. So I can make pop. You should probably destroy everything that's besides him. Everything is so dark. Okay, so at least it will read clearly. But yeah, can you not drink this early in the morning? Please? Like, don't. Just chill it down, wait a more appropriate time or some more appropriate place. What's wrong with you? Okay, and I'm going to color the body. I think that's the body's color. It's okay if it's something like this. I will get physical sick if a beer will go down in the morning. Same. Same. Like there's a time for things. In the evening, you're tired, your mouth feels like it needs something sour and like you feel the need to unwind. That's the great time to drink. The morning you kind of have to prepare yourself for the words. You kind of have to, live in it for a bit. So it's not some place that I want. It doesn't feel like the time for. It isn't my personally my time that I would go for the drink. I remember it happened during like a party. Friend of ours wake up the next morning and he was like, first thing he cracked as like the first thing he cracked uh, after a night of drinking, he drank some Malibu during breakfast, and we were like, "What in the fuck is wrong with you?" He cracked Malibu so that he could gobble down the chocolate cake. I was like, "What the fuck, man? Chill down, please. People are still sick. Don't make them sicker. Seek help. That you should be seeking." I want to make these lines very much grayish. There was a way, what's like lock transparent. Yep. So that's good. Even lighter. Sick. Yep. And then I'm gonna put some more light, Say the best way to recover from having to drink small amount of alcohol. Yeah, because you're drunk again. Best way is and always will be, without the shadow of a doubt, drink water. You're dehydrated, so you need to put water in your system. Put water and you'll be golden. Water and electrolytes. Yeah, salt is good. Water is be like the biggest carry. Get some water. If you can eat some solid food, why not? That's gonna help. And wait it out. Like the body. There is now this stupid bullshit with, hey, drink this thing that will help your body throw out toxins. And I want to punch in the face those people because do you not understand that the body is one of the smartest thing ever? Do you think that the body needs a help from a fucking fruit to get rid of toxins? Like, how dumb can you be? To be like, how stupid you have to get to be actually convinced that some stupid ass mango is going to help out your body. Like, what? Of course it won't. Drink water. It's gonna clean you up ASAP. Okay, this looks nice. Let's put them. Let's put them whiteys all around. First off, as a path, and then. Okay, am I not writing? Where the fuck am I? All right, because I locked the transparencies. Of course, very well. Yeah, a lot of old knowledge, a lot of old bull crap that people has spewed over the years because I don't even know. Are they engineered? Like all of this crap does really come from a place of ignorance or somebody's there and engineering these stupid craps? Because at some point I do believe that people are stupid, but sometimes I feel like they can't be that stupid. There has to be some malicious intent into that stupidity. Somebody had to wake up and be like, yeah, I'm gonna invent the stupidest concept ever just because. There has to be this douche somewhere. Because otherwise, that's bad news. Otherwise, people are not doing good. So there are a lot of white over here. Let's put some even off the screen, like here. Smaller one. Now they think about it. Technically, they're casting light. So I should be putting a little light here and there. Technically speaking. if we really want to give them a little perception. Gotta say, if I can, this is neat. I think this is a chaos, but the lights provide a little focus. But whatever, this is done. So 220. I'd like to go to up until 13. So because afterwards I have to I'm gonna eat and then move my way out. So I think at this point we gonna be great with that and sketch the next one. But I'm not gonna be able to ink it. No chance. Absolutely not possible. Okay, same process. Time to spread around the word that I finished another Inktober. So 23 firelights. Firelights? Firefly. Firefly. Like the song. So 23 point. I have to say, my stamina, both for drawing and streaming, especially them together, is once I get over 2 hours, I'm getting to my limit. But it's also been only like 20 days that I'm streaming so consistently, so that's gonna be part of it. Like the fact that helped out a little in recently is always trying to not downplay that 40-minute streams. Like the ability to not downplay and come here and stream has led me to have like 2 hours, like a decent stream. Now 2 hours is not that much of an objective. But every time that I can't do 2 hours, I always have to remember it's fine. You can do two. You can do three. Felt a little disheartening because I did a little raid and the girl was like, so I stream in the mornings and oh, so you do short streams? Like, yes, I know 2 hours is short. Okay, I know it should be four. Fine, I know. I've seen the shorts. I understand everybody's streaming 8, 15 fucking hours, but I can't. I like to sleep at around 11, 10 to 11. It's a great time. I wake in the morning and I have breakfast with my mother. I don't want to skip that. So maybe the next following that could be different, but as of now, that's how it goes. Big fucking deal. Instagram won't let me post. I'm getting mildly pissed. By the way, if I leave, like, I'm gonna do 24 on stream, but I'm considering doing 23 in. I'm considering doing 23 in on ink on paper. I haven't done no day of this in paper. Or maybe I could prepare the sketch in papers, even ink a little bit, and then clean it up over here. That's a solid idea. That feels great. If it would let me post, come on. Am I seeing the lines? What is this line? I didn't put it there. Dude, Instagram is starting to pissing me off. Can I post? Can a broski post? Also, the fact about Twitch is I'm very confused about the words they can and can't say. I know that they ban more on vibes than real ideas. So it is sad that I don't have like a couple of defined behaviors that I can do. Like the law is very accurate on what you can and you can't say. So it's very easy to work it in your speech. It's not the same when I think about Twitch or these platforms. These platforms more like, oh yeah, you shouldn't say this, you shouldn't say that. Of course, fine, but you don't provide me with the exact things that I shouldn't do. You always provide me, oh, it's not hate speech. What's hate speech? Can't I speak bad ill of some things? Can I speak of others? Also, when you think about it, like if you think about it, no, we are allowing people that are anti-science in the name of free speech. Why aren't we allowing people to do a little hate speech? Because again, yeah, it's speech, okay? It's speech. We should let people be shitty about their speech. Let me throw my clothes back on. I don't want to be policed with what I can say. I can understand that some things call specific situations. So that I get. I understand that. But I don't understand to try to limit a lot in informal spaces. That I don't like. Now, my table says day 23, 24 rowdy. Also should update my stream info. 24 rowdy. Which, by the way, is a new word. Means agitated, maybe aggressive. And I think this picture works it out perfectly. A lot of people told me about the bear. I think it's an interesting show, but I don't like when there's not power systems. There was a renaissance in my taste. I enjoy most things, but when there's a power systems and people throwing haymakers and people making things explode, like I've seen Chainsaw Man Thursday, that's just what speaks to me. I don't know. I don't see big explosion. I don't see magic systems in real life, and I like to see things that I don't see usually. Like I love for my uh, for my entertainment to be out of this world. Like it really tingles my fantasy. Also, a lot of the real world stuff is long, takes time. But when it's about the fantasies, sure, why not? Let some guy learn advanced physics in 4 hours. Why not? Oh yeah, he in this night learned everything that is to know from advanced physics. No, he didn't. In real life, he would fucking not. In an anime, he was. Why not? Let's just say it's magic. Fuck it. Just go down. Yeah, it's magic. Eat my dick. Do you want to know why? Who cares? Does it look cool? Does it stimulating? To me, it is a lot. Like, very much so. So, a little fan art of the bear. This also has a big, good reading. But in this case, I don't want to go so hard on the background. This time, I'm happy to just carry away half of the kitchen. So you can do it like that. Like this. I was saying, we're gonna do it like this. So we're gonna block out this part. It's gonna be not busy at all. Now with a sharper color, this part gets busy. And then there's the pots. And there's a smaller pot. And why not a pot behind him? Table. Table. Okay, this way. There's so much gray that my white starts to look gray. Okay, this way we have a nice contrast of the character. We keep this simple, so the eye should go something like this. I might also remove this cabinet, but there is some forms that I like to draw over here. Getting tiring. Let's at the very least maybe sketch him out. Hey, that sounds like a good place to start. Tonight I'm gonna work instead on the Inferno prompt, and I was looking at this, at the fan art of the cover of the game, Dante's Inferno, and this looks raw as fuck. I want to recreate a simplified version of this. I wouldn't want to go in big details because I know I'm gonna hate myself for going this big into details. Also because like the Inktober is very close to being finished. And the last day is the biggest one. Maybe I should even record the strokes and make a video about it. Like a simple speaking video, a yapping videos. Yapping is my power because I'm not yet really that good into the drawing department. So the point would be compensate, right? What you can't do, I'm gonna find something that overcompensates this. Probably could be lighter, I think. Okay. So let's put a little of these features down. By the way, his face has very nice contrast. That's one part of the movies that I really enjoy. It is very good. Movies are amazing teachers because there is a photographer on set. So movies tend to look like good. And photographers know their shit. So that's one thing that really should remind me of what should be used as a teaching grounds. Now, am I going to divide it in thirds? Yes, I am. Okay. Guys, I try to incorporate a little by little this technique of finding the thirds out. Because, you know, it's time to be a little bit more official in how I proceed, just so I can get an idea from where the distances should go. Okay, I think I'm Yes, I'm misusing. This is not the one to get thirds. What was the technique to divide it in three? Maybe the thirds are the friends we make along the way. No, maybe the thirds are actually the vertical ones. This looks more like thirdish to me. Not really. This is very different. This is how you divide it in 4 quadrants. Like, technically, this is 3. Practically... No, actually, this is 3. Okay. Now, what I usually do is I turn off my brain during this situation. But I shouldn't. So this time I should be present here because the mouth is kind of open, and every time that the jaw moves, everything goes to garbage. Let me reply very quick. Because every time that the chin moves down, now everything is fucked. You beforehand I had before this bullshit, I knew where the feature went. I knew why I was doing what. I actually misunderstood the perspective because I'm bad. Okay, basically we're remaking this box. The perspective actually was looking very differently. So in actuality, I see his top. No, this doesn't make sense. This is the part that I see, right? Okay. And it's also torn, right? Okay. Now that shit's been going down. Like, I have to be tripping. What the fuck am I doing? Do I not follow it like this? And then this. And then this crap happens. I'm gonna adjust most of the things later on because it happens to be very lazy. Okay. How about now? Is it a little bit more convincing? Perhaps. Let's draw my middle point here so I can know where the feature goes. Yeah, I've completely butchered the form, but that shouldn't be. I can probably just overextend this a bit more, right? And now the face works in a more possible manner. I think so. I don't understand shit. Like, literally, I've definitely overdone the lines and things. Getting super hungry, by the way. Work on the face, and then I'm gonna give myself 15 minutes to prepare, eat, and be on my way. Okay. So, speaking of the face, now. Nose. His nose is very squarish. Boxy. Maybe I've exaggerated a bit, but it's not somebody that I know, so fucking works. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Now, the jaw normally would be here, but since his jaw is open, it would go way the fuck down. Because there's this void. His chin is contorting. This reference is hilarious. This reference is actually very funny. Mm. Again, I don't know what's the shape of my hands. Why they always end up looking like some fucking eggplant? Like everything is... I don't place correctly the cheekbone. That's the thing that makes everything look kinda scuffed. Okay. We're going places. Might be not accurate, but nothing, skill issues. But it is getting what I want it to be, to get. It is about what I want to be on paper, so until the things that I want are on paper, don't quite care about like if it's a little bit if it's a little skittish, I'm fine. Okay, this is dank level of skittish, but The expression is turning out very well, and the nose is small, but very impactful on the shape of the head. This is just such a great reference. Just making me work my way through downtown and whatever not. Okay, I think I'm gonna unwind. I've started later than I want, so that's just going to be a good segue to stop here. I'm happy with how the face turned out. Let's do a small, quick look around. There's nobody from which I follow that is streaming. Bad shit. Let's turn on the English for me. And see how this is going on. Okay, Ink Dinks. Traditional artist. Has a webcam. Already a big win. Well, thank you for watching. Thanks, Adri. Thanks, my other man, the... Fuck. I can't keep me so much your name. So thanks, Core. Thanks, Adri. I would see you around. Have a nice one. Now I sit awkwardly as the raid goes on. Okay, the raid is on. See ya.